Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the carcinoma lip. Here, the most common cause of carcinoma is seen in the lower lip, that too in the vermilion border of the lower lip. It is due to direct exposure of UV radiation. This carcinoma lip is most commonly seen in males due to more outdoor activities which are seen in males. It is seen in 40 to 70 years of age group with bilateral lymph node metastasis. Most common lymph node involvement is mainly the submental lymph node, which is 1A, and submandibular lymph node, which is 1B. This carcinoma lip shows best prognosis, and the investigation of choice here is edge biopsy. The treatment is if it is T1 and T2 lesions. The main important thing is if it is T1 and T2 lesions, then we have two cases. One third or less than one third of the lip is involved, then we can do V shape or W shape excision can be done with primary closure. If this involves more than one third of the lip is involved, then we will have to do excision with flap reconstruction can be done. Here two types of flaps are associated. One, we have cross lip flap, which is also called as Ebby extenders flap, which this Ebby extenders flap is based on superior labial artery. Then here we also have one more flap, which is circumoral advancement flap, which is seen in Kara-Patsi's Webster's Bernard flap. This is Kara-Patsi's Webster's Bernard flap. Then the next carcinoma which is important is carcinoma tongue. In carcinoma tongue is the most common type of carcinoma oral cavity. It is the most commonly it is present in the lateral border of the tongue. It is seen in the lateral border of the tongue, that too at the junction of middle and the posterior one third. It is seen at the junction of middle and posterior one third. It is most commonly ulcerative variety. Most common lymph node involved here is type 2, level 2, that is upper jugular lymph nodes are mainly involved. Clinical features here, the patient presents with ulcer which fails to heal and the patient cannot tolerate hot and spicy foods. Investigation of choice is edge or wedge biopsy is the investigation of choice. So if you see the treatment, in the treatment if T1, that is tumor of T1 is involved, then you should do partial glossectomy with primary closure is done. If it is T2, then if the stage is T2, then hemiglossectomy is done. In T3, total glossectomy with radiotherapy is done. In T4, you will have to do total glossectomy with mandibulectomy, and modified radical neck dissection is done, and laryngectomy is done with radiotherapy. Now, recurrence of the tumor, if you see, the recurrence of the tumor is within 2 years. Radiation fails, then we can do glossectomy. If recurrence occurs after surgery, then we can do radiotherapy. Then the next carcinoma which is important is carcinoma buccal cavity or the cheek. Carcinoma buccal cavity, it is the most common carcinoma of oral cavity in India is carcinoma buccal mucosa or cheek. It occurs due to the tobacco use with betel leaf or areca nut or lime shell. Here the involved lymph node is level 1 and level 2. The involved lymph node is level 1 and level 2. Here we see clinical features like minimal pain. Sometimes parotid enlargement can be seen due to the obstruction of Stenson's duct. Investigation of choice here is edge biopsy, and treatment is based on the tumor size. T1 and T2, then we do surgical excision and wide local excision. In T3 and T4 we do surgery followed by radiotherapy. Then the next carcinoma is carcinoma of hard palate. It is a squamous cell carcinoma, but it is rarely seen. It is associated with reverse smoking, where the patient inhales the smoke instead of exhaling it. This is the minor salivary gland tumor is also common in this. Clinical features include, we will see a painless mass which is present on the roof of the mouth, which is well differentiated, and ulcerative variety. Here the lymph node group involved includes, we have type 1 and type 2. Lymph node metastasis is uncommon. Treatment is, if it is small tumor, then you can excise the tumor with underlying bone. If it is larger tumor, then maxillectomy is done. If it is an advanced malignancy, then radiotherapy can be done. So this is about carcinoma hard palate. Next important tumor is about the lower alveolar cancer. So you are going to treatment, we will see. The treatment, if there is lower alveolar cancer, the treatment depends upon whether the tumor is lateral tumor or anterior tumor. If it is lateral tumor, then you do ipsilateral selective neck dissection is done. Ipsilateral selective neck dissection is done. If it is anterior tumor, then you will do bilateral neck dissection. If it involves the bone, if there is bony invasion, then you will have to do segmental resection of mandible should be done, which is followed by primary or immediate reconstruction more than delayed reconstruction. Okay, we should also do mandibulectomy. Mandibulectomy can be of two types. One, we can do either marginal mandibulectomy can be done. Second, we can do segmental mandibulectomy can be done. So first we will learn some important points about marginal mandibulectomy. Here you will do partial excision of superior portion of mandible is done in vertical plane. Inner cortical surface and a part of underlying medullary cavity is excised. Here inner cortical surface with a part of medullary cavity is excised. Indications are, it is seen with 1 centimeter of mandible. So if you see, this is the mandible, and in here we will do partial excision of this superior part of the mandible is done. Okay, you are seeing the partial excision of superior part of mandible is done, and here you will excise the inner cortical surface with maxillary cavity. A small underlying maxillary cavity is excised. Next, if you see the segmental mandibulectomy. In the segmental mandibulectomy, entire through and through segment of the mandible is excised. Thus you will see the mandibular discontinuity, and later we will have to reconstruct the mandible. So if you see, this is the mandible, and here we have resected a part of mandible. So indications are, this mandible will invade the medullary space of medullary space of mandible. Whenever it invades the medullary space, then you do segmental mandibulectomy. Then the indications of marginal mandibulectomy include, if there is 1 centimeter of mandible tumor and the tumor abuts the periosteum only and it does not show any direct invasion, then we do marginal mandibulectomy. Segmental mandibulectomy is done if there is invasion of medullary space of mandible, or if there is tumor fixation to occlusion surface of the mandible with edentulous patient, or if there is invasion of tumor into the mandible via mental foramen or mandibular foramen, or if the tumor is fixed to the mandible. So in any case, if the tumor goes deep to the mandible, then we have to do this segmental mandibulectomy. Then after mandibulectomy, we will have to do mandibular reconstruction. This mandibular reconstruction can be done in dentate patients, or in edentulous patients. Dentate patients are those with teeth. In them we can use iliac crest is preferred graft. This iliac crest is based on deep circumflex iliac artery. Fibular graft can also be used, which is based on peroneal artery. Scapular graft can also be used, which is based on subscapular artery. Then we have edentulous patients, that is without the teeth. In them fibular graft can be preferred, and scapular graft is also used in concomitant large tissue, soft tissue defects. Then the next operation which is important is commando operation. This commando operation involves the combined mandibulectomy with neck dissection operation. It also involves the glossectomy. In combined mandibulectomy, you do total glossectomy, hemimandibulectomy, or you can do removal of floor of mouth, and radical neck dissection can be done. Sorry, in commando operation, you can do the following. One, you can do combined mandibulectomy with neck dissection. Second, you can do total glossectomy with hemimandibulectomy with removal of floor of mouth with radical neck dissection. The next disorder is dental cyst. Dental cyst develops at the apex of caries tooth with necrotic pulp. This dental cyst is most commonly seen in the upper jaw, and the X-ray is, you can see the circular radiolucent area is seen in relation to the root of the normal erupted tooth. The margin of this X-ray is sclerotic. Then dentigerous cyst. Dentigerous cyst is unerupted tooth which is seen most commonly in the lower third molar. It contains unerupted tooth. X-ray shows unilocular cyst which shows soap bubble appearance. Then we have ameloblastoma. Ameloblastoma is a benign tumor which is seen from ameloblasts. This ameloblastoma is the most common odontogenic tumor which is seen in the angle or ramus of the mandible. So these are the different lesions of the oral cavity. Thank you for watching.